Hey everyone, we have people rolling in now. Let's start off with a bang and give me any sign of life in the chat. It does two things. Gives us some energy for this and lets me know that the chat's working. And let me pull up the chat. There we go.
Oh yeah,
Sweet.
they're there. They're there.
Everyone's alive. So guys, I have to admit something candidly to you. I should have been talking about voice AI much, much sooner. And I have purposely held off. I've even removed a lot of posts in our Closebot community earlier talking about voice AI because it just didn't concern me. But I apologize to all of you because it does concern you. And if it concerns you, it needs to concern me, which is why, last week we brought in someone that does done for you implementation of voice. But I know a lot of you guys, I mean, you're using Closebot, which is a do-it-yourself builder. And I'm so excited to introduce you guys to Thinkrr today and Mohan, CEO, co-founder.
Thank you, Bryce. It's exciting to be here and be on the stage with you. And I would say the same type of kind of sentiment with clients of ours that have been coming to us and saying, "Why aren't you using conversationalist, bots inside of your?" And I've not had an answer till now. And I think that this is why this is going to be a really exciting time for us to be together and to talk through this. And I'm full of energy to just show them how these two systems can work and really help them win and be the best communication AI vehicle that's there.
Yeah, we're both focused on making things as easy as possible.
Mhm.
So what you're going to see today, and Mohan will tell you the agenda of what we'll be covering, is how easy this is to set up Mohan's platform Thinkrr with any conversational AI tool, including the built-in, including Closebot, hopefully, uh, and vice versa. How easy it is to set up Closebot with any voice AI tool. And of course, we have found through our research on all the providers out there that we really recommend Thinkrr.
And I'll echo that with Closebot. So, in fact, it was the biggest recommendation that I got. So I'm really happy to be, maybe we can even talk about it. Like it just was a really brief conversation that started this off for me a number of weeks ago when I started to think about reaching out to you and how open you were to it and how we've now evolved to this point where we can see that both systems are really perfect together. So excited to share this with everybody here.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna cover Thinkrr individually, Closebot individually, how they work together. We'll close with some best practices Q&A. This will be really actionable. And then we have a super offer for you at the end. Let me mention we do have a Q&A section. I want you guys to make sure you pull up the Q&A. If you put questions in the chat, uh, it's going to get lost. So put it in the Q&A and we'll be happy to get to it there.
All right. Well, I'm going to test my mic. I just got feedback that you couldn't hear me. So if somebody
There
can
you
tell me,
are.
is it better? Is it louder? Am I there?
Yeah,
Oh,
good,
yes.
good,
All
good,
right.
cool.
Good. 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 Let's go.
Glad we got that out of the way.
All
Yeah.
right. Fantastic.
You want to tell them a little bit about you? How did you get started?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we started Thinkrr about 2 years ago. Really, the inspiration came that for me, voice was the most natural way to communicate. And I fell in love with the idea of being able to talk to voice agents and be able to create experiences with that. So I just honed in on that. This is kind of a funny story, but I've said this before. It all started with me having to repair the carburetor underneath our kitchen sink and realizing that I should never do that. And just from there, the idea started going like, how can I use my voice to communicate in real time and book an appointment with somebody who can come and service my kitchen. And that was kind of where it started. And boom, boom, boom. Before you know that, we started with meetings being booked. That's one of our primary use cases, and we've evolved into the product we are today. So probably a lot more to say. In terms of myself, just so that those of you who don't know me, I've been in the IT industry for over 25 years and worked for a little company called BlackBerry way back in the day. So I've been in the telecommunication space for a long time. Nokia as well. Before this, I was actually just working as a managing partner at a large IT consulting company, working for the likes of like Starbucks, BMW, First American. These are some of the clients that I kind of managed, and took the plunge into entrepreneurship about 2 years ago. So a little over 2 years ago now. Time is going by so
Exciting.
fast.
Crazy. Well, I have a similar but opposite first intro to how we got started with Closebot. I, the best way to guarantee I'm not going to answer a message on Facebook is to call me mean names or negativity. Second best way is send me a voice message. I do not listen to voice. I do not like to use voice when I'm interacting with platforms. So to me, my inspiration has always been on the text side.
It's funny.
Now, it's become so obvious to me that there are these two different sides and a
Yeah,
combination of both. You have Mohan on one side, you have me on the other. I'm obsessed over text. Mohan is
yeah.
obsessed over voice.
I
And
love
you know
voice notes.
what? Like, founder obsession cannot be
Yeah,
matched.
yeah.
So it makes sense for us to be together and talk about this and talk about how we can work together. I used to work at Boeing in software. I did AI projects there, split off to do real estate with my wife, which is where I developed the first iterations of Closebot pre-ChatGPT. And now we're here. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, but I like the word you used. That's kind of how we define time, right? After GPT and before
Yeah.
GPT.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like been the way that things have been kind of going. And I think soon we'll be talking about, the world before, even I don't know how to say this better, but we're moving into a world where agents are becoming more and more autonomous. And I think we'll talk about before autonomous agents and non-autonomous agents. And I think that that's really
Yeah.
exciting about what's coming in the future. So super stoked about that.
And we do have some questions in the Q&A already. I do see those. Keep loading them in there. And we'll kind of get to them as we come to those parts. Like there are some questions about Thinkrr and how it works, how it compares to other things, and some things
Yep.
within Closebot. And we'll get to those at the Thinkrr section. Keep loading them in
That's what
there.
we're here for. Yep. So why don't we get into the agenda and talk through that? Do you have the slide deck up and running? We can just share that with people to
Yeah.
keep us honest and
Uh,
keep us on time.
Everyone should be able to see the slides. If you cannot see, let me know in the chat. And Mohan, you might have to click. There's probably a tab
Yep,
on
I'm
top.
already there.
Yeah,
Yep, no
cool.
problem. Done this before, no problem. So, if you kind of what we prepared for you, of course, we just kind of walk through a little intro. We want you to know us, get to see what we're doing and why we're together and what the mission is. As Bryce has so rightly said, the passion that we both share in the individual disciplines of the communication channel that we've picked is where there's this natural marriage and kind of why we're here together. We wanted you to feel that and kind of experience that firsthand in a very raw and very authentic way. So that's what you guys just experienced. And then we're going to talk about what we call the flow. How does the systems work together, right? We're going to go through that and talk through that and explain how you can use these systems together. And then we're going to do a deep dive, one on Thinkrr. For those of you who have never seen Thinkrr before, I'm going to walk through things really super fast. There's a lot more I could go through, but I'm going to go through it really fast. But I'm going to focus in on the attributes where there's interconnectivity and how we kind of come together to create these experiences that can be leveraged by both tools. And then you'll see Bryce will walk into Closebot, and then we'll go into a closing and Q&A. And I'm sure throughout there's going to be lots and lots of like insights, deeper knowledge stuff that we're going to share. We're trying to pack in as much as we can. And I will do our best to keep on time, but I can't promise that we will. So let's go.
Before you
Um,
guys ask, we do have a recording that'll get sent out. We got all that handled.
yeah. And I can see our good friend Fur is here. So shout out to Fur. Nice to have you on the call, man. All right. All right. So let's get into the flow. Go ahead, Bryce.
So oh, I already see a question in here. Can this stuff be used without GHL? Yes, it can. Both of ours can be integrated with webhooks into other systems, and both of us um, have other integrations. Absolutely. Most of you guys here are high-level agency owners. You're looking to solve that problem for businesses where They don't know how to set up the automations. They don't know even where to begin with building and hosting a website. A lot of them don't even like to log into GHL and they just want it all to happen automatically and appointments to show up on their calendar. And that's why they use you. And for a similar reason, Closebot and Thinkrr tie into a system of record that for you guys is GHL. That's your CRM. That's where your data is kept. Lucky for you, GHL is a lightweight tool set of all-in-one tools. The key to that being lightweight tools. How are we different, Mohan?
So I mean, the first thing is really to understand the depth of what we're building. So for us, these are platforms, these are products that we're building, not features. And I think that really changes how we approach the problem and how focused we are on creating, first of all, for myself, is first around the experience on the call, making sure that you have absolutely the best voices, the best um, conversations, and then focus on outcomes, right? But that simplicity and that depth comes with in like an intense amount of focus. And that is by far one of the biggest differentials that you'll see when you use Thinkrr in combination with any one of these tools, especially like when you're looking at how it works with GHL. I'm going to show you how we're just really an extension of the way you would use it in GHL, and it fits seamlessly into that experience, but gives you a superior outcome, superior results. And if you're an agency owner, we make it super easy for you, A, to have a product that's easy for you to be able to even hand over to your clients, right? Because I know a lot of us do a done for you service when it comes to the agency world, and we're like, we'll take care of everything. But with Thinkrr, you can really just feel comfortable with them even logging into the platform. It's you can white label the platform and do all those great things and get those outcomes. Now, when it comes to the system of record and how we kind of connect things and the connective tissue, that's I'm going to kind of show that when we go through the deep dive. But GHL provides, whether you replace GHL with another CRM or you replace it with webhooks or you replace it with Make.com or Zapier or N8N, there are so many systems out there that can do this. The integration point becomes how you transfer that data. And I like to think of these in use cases, right? So when you think of the use case, there's going to be a natural place where you want to start a conversation, maybe through a web chat on the text, and then you want to have an outbound call go back out. And being able to take the context of each one of those conversations and apply that to the communication channel is kind of like the way these systems fit together. So, Bryce and I were talking about stories and how you can really see this happen. So in a very simplistic view, I was thinking about this last night. If I'm a roofer and I'm on the top of my roof and somebody's calling me and I'm getting an inbound call, I don't answer that call, but I have somebody leave a detailed voice note on that. I can take that call, take that information that came in, and now automatically have that context shared within the communication channel of Closebot, which is the messaging and the conversational AI part. And then not only is it just a one-directional communication, but this is bi-directional and it's constantly getting to the point where the meeting gets booked or you're calling in. Right. So these are the types of experiences that you can have. Now, obviously with inbound, we can book the meeting right away. I don't want to, leave that off. I'm just trying to like plant use cases in people's minds of how they can use this.
And this isn't uncommon in the real world. These bigger businesses that have voice support services or sales and text, oftentimes it's different people
Yeah.
doing the two different things. Oftentimes you'll have different people calling, like someone might call you today, a different person, a different rep would call you tomorrow. So this isn't like a new hack we've discovered. It's the way that works for everyone. One person calls, they leave notes, the other people reference the notes when they're going through the same sales process or support.
Yep. Agreed. So I feel like we talked a little bit about this, Bryce, with talking about the depth of each of the product spaces and the focus. Is there anything you want to add to this?
I
I'm
think
gonna
the
sh
main thing is that you and I are innovating and People follow innovators. There will always be feature requests in other platforms with them requesting that they build things more like Thinkrr or more
Yeah.
like Closebot. And by the time they do those things, we've seen how fast things move. We
Yeah.
can move fast because we are focused on the innovation. We're already moved on to whatever the next thing is. And they're trying to build the thing that we had 3 months ago, you know? So are you an AI agency that wants AI to be your primary value offering? If yes, you need to be using Thinkrr and Closebot together. If no, you might be in the wrong place and maybe you should just focus more on selling. If your main thing is websites and you just offer AI as kind of an add-on, um, you might not need the latest and greatest, and that's fine.
I think there's something you said that I just want to highlight and kind of hover over for a minute more, which is the idea of partnership. Why a lot of agencies choose to work with us is because we're true partners, right? That roadmap that we talked about, that iteration, I think that power is, if you're running a company and you're running your own business and you can feel like you have the ability to ask for things, request things, and know that they're going to be on there very quickly, or even get in-depth tutorials and helps on how to do things. I think that is a huge differentiator. And I think that's where people kind of see the ability to move quickly, the ability to provide the level of support that's needed in real time. For us, that's been a huge differentiator, and of course, all the other things that we just mentioned. So I'm gonna go and dive deep into kind of showing for many of you are seeing Thinkrr for the first time. So I'm gonna walk you through what Thinkrr looks like, the UI and everything. But I just want to first start off with saying, what are the three core features of Thinkrr? So first of all, we offer what we call the iOS system. So if you're an Apple person, that's where the acronym came from, inbound, outbound, and smart websites. So going back to the inbound use cases, we have multiple roles, but one of our primary role that we have is called the receptionist, and it really is something you can build in under 10 seconds. I'm going to show you that on this demo, and you find that super easy, and any business person, any client of yours can build that out super pronto. The next is outbound calling, and we're talking about campaigns, making outbound campaigns, and it's unrestricted, right? You can call um, as many people. We don't restrict that. We don't stop you from calling. What we do is we recommend that, first of all, you must comply with the legal regulations, right? So if you're making phone calls, know your legal regulations, but we trust you to do that. And we have the ability to call them, not just once a day. You can call them multiple times if you need to, as per your strategy. And again, with warm leads, this is awesome, right? If you have a clientele that you're working with and you're calling them multiple times, now you have a system that you can use this for, because it's quite often people don't pick up the first time that you call them. This gives you that vehicle to do that. And you can set up really integral and complex workflows with our outbound campaigns. The next thing is the ability to, if you see that little pink dot, that row over there, yeah, over there, Bryce. That's our web widget. It gives your website a voice. It allows your website to talk. And we were one of the first people to come out with this innovation, and many people started to copy it pretty quickly. Um, and we're continuing to innovate. I'm going to show you today a couple of new features that we just launched on this, and there's more coming. Again, that's about that intense focus. So, with that brief intro, oh, and I will mention that we are also HIPAA and SOC 2 compliant. In case anybody has that requirement, we can fulfill that. So let's move into me sharing my screen if that's okay with you.
Yeah, of course.
All right, cool. Gonna share. And you should see my browser. Yes?
I do.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Um, can everybody in the call who just want to make sure everybody's listening to me, can you give me a one in the chat if you can see my browser? I don't want to go through the whole demo and then All right, cool. All
Oh
right.
yeah.
I'm getting lots and lots of ones. Fantastic. Thank you. You're all alive too, which is kind of the other reason why I was asking. We've kept you engaged. Good. So let's
Hey Mohan, I hate to interrupt you,
yeah, go ahead.
but let me just admit something to you real quick.
Okay.
We started talking a couple weeks ago, and I was tasked with investigating Thinkrr,
Yeah.
which obviously did. And I was so inspired by the ease of your setup
Yeah.
that I was like, I immediately have to redo our entire registration flow. And so
Oh,
I talked
really?
to you about my new registration flow.
You
It
did, yeah.
was it was done because of you. So
Oh, wow. I'm
thank you for all of that work you surprise dropped in my lap.
anytime, Bryce. We've got more innovations coming too, and likewise, I'm sure I will draw from your experience in different areas, also inspiration. Actually, looking at some of the screenshots and looking at how the app worked, I already saw things that I was thinking, "Wow, this is very easy." So, this is part of the again why it's so great to work in tandem with somebody who's just got intense focus on a very similar discipline, but a different channel. So let me get started, guys. So this is already a setup account. Bryce experienced what would happen when you onboard a client and when they come on board. So I'm going to actually just show, I'm going to simulate what Bryce went through very, very quickly here. I'm going to add a sub account, go into here and just create a name. Let's go Mohan test. We'll put down Mohan plus test. I don't know, 99. I have no idea how many of these I've done. And that's it. This is going to be an untethered account that I'm going to create. And I'm just going to switch into this account. All right, guys. There you go. I just switched into this account. This is what Bryce saw. This is what he was talking about. So when you walk in, this is what your client would see as well. And let's assume that I am a roofing business and I'm signing up. So here's my website. I've got it ready made. Put this in. All right. And I pick my industry. It's roofing. There you go. Type that in. Click. I'm going to put in Vancouver because I'm obviously on the Los Angeles time zone. There we go. And click continue. Count. One, two,
Oh, the moment of truth.
the moment of truth. This is what I love, right? You kind of like, how long does it take? And
When I built
boom,
my
look at that. That was
registration
less
flow,
than 10 seconds,
that was
Price. How
great.
long was
It was
that?
like 5 seconds.
So now that agent is created, I can immediately test it. I can experience it. Hello.
Hi, thanks for calling Lakeview Roof Services. I'm Marissa, Dave Butler's virtual assistant. How can I help you with your roofing needs today?
That is so cool. You even knew the name of the person who's running it, Dave Butler. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm just calling because I wanted to test out how easy it is to create a receptionist for my business, and I think this is cool. Can you just tell me a couple things about kind of your hot differentiators as a roofing company?
Oh, right, of course. I'm glad you think it's cool. So, about Lakeview Roof Services, our owner Dave Butler is a Red Seal roofer with over 19 years of experience, which means we really know how to get the job done right the first time. We specialize in both residential and
All right, cool. That was awesome, right? Because of time, I won't go through the whole thing, but you saw how quick that was created. I love it. Submit. Boom, you're brought into the application immediately. And at this point, I have a couple of options. I can activate it, I can test it again. But before I do that, I'm just going to click into it and I can see, a little walkthrough again, onboarding, making it really easy of what I can do with this. And here's my agent, right? All pre-populated, but now I'm overwhelmed. What do I do? What's the next thing that I need to do? Well, I want to change something. I want to change, maybe have her, greet people a little bit differently. So I'm going to click on the AI Copilot.
Hey there. What do you want to change about your agent today?
I just really wanted to understand when you do like an intro call, can you change the intro call just to say, "Hey, how you doing?" Add a little bit of spunk to the personality, you know?
Yeah. So you want the intro to be more casual and upbeat, like, hey, how you doing? Or
That's
is it
it.
more personal?
You nailed it.
Awesome. Give me a couple of seconds to get this started. Done. Check it out shortly. I think you'll love it.
Boom, done. So that again, super fast, right? And you can see that it figures out where to update the fields, how to do it, gives you the ability to accept it. Boom, accepted, and that's my new agent. Right? Now this agent hasn't been activated, right? So I can now click on save, agent saved. I'm going to show you how simple it is to activate this really, really quickly. You come into here, click on activate. You can choose a phone number. You can set it up as a web widget, or you can do both. To assign a number, I just go into here. I click phone number. Oh, there's no phone number. Wait, there's this little button, set up phone number. I click on that. We give every sub account a free phone number with it. So I can pick an area code. I'm going to pick Canada because I'm in Canada. Those of you don't know, just across the border from Bryce. And I go search. And I can pick Dawson Creek because I'm a big Dawson Creek fan. If you guys don't know what that is, go watch the TV show. And you click on finish. I grew up in that time zone, in that time period. Now it's activated and I can pick that phone number, boom, on my list, and it's active. Now it is enabled. What active means it's enabled. Now that's so cool, right? Guess what I want to do? I want to tell the world, call my agent. I can click on this little button called share. And I can say, try my new receptionist, and I can do it through email. I can copy it. I can text it. I can even go to my native Apple Bryce and share it with you right now. So I can go here, share it with Bryce, and it will share that with you right away. Now, you can't see my messages because I kept it off screen. But Bryce, did you just get this message?
I did. Yep.
So now Bryce can give a call to that. He can check it out and have a conversation with my receptionist. We made that part even like part of the experience, just making it really easy for you or your business clients to start using this. So there's a lot more to cover in terms of like all the feature sets that we have here. Yes, you can add actions, you can set up appointments and calendars. Again, I'm going to show you this in the other account just to show you that it's connected already to GHL. You have two ways that you can use either directly with GHL calendars or Google calendars. We integrate with both of them. You go into your actions, you can set up an action, you can select from here the calendar that you want to set up to, and just pick one of the ones that you have available. And you can even say when you should use this calendar. And guess what? You can add multiple calendars, up to 10 different calendars, and choose which one you want to have up and running. So it's pretty slick, pretty easy to do. In the same way, you can do call transfers. So I can set up a call transfer. I can set up the condition, the phone number you want to call, what should be my response when we're transferring. And I can even set up hours of the day that you can do the call transfer. So business hours only. This is a way to control that. Of course, you set the time zone and do that accordingly. You can send, oh, this is by far, and those of you here who are GHL fans, you're going to love this. All right, notify the representatives. You can click on this. This is newly kind of launched, I think, as of this Monday, actually. It's right off the hot press. You now have advanced controls as to when you can send an email that summarizes the call to whoever you want to add in here. So, for example, I can say when the user is demanding an inquiry or a refund, then send it to me only, right? And I'll get those emails. Or I can send it to anybody else on my team, up to 10 different people. I can also take a look at this. I can do it based on notification triggers. If the call was transferred, I want to see why the call was transferred. If I want to see different statuses, different outcomes, these are all available for you to pick up. If a meeting was booked, I want to get notified. This is super advanced and super easy to set up. And yes, up to 10 different types of notifications that you can set up. Similarly, we have reports. This is a brand new feature that we also just launched where you get email yourself daily reports or to whoever you want to your client about how that agent is performing and get advanced analytics on that. Um, Lastly, smart actions. This is where you can use the GHL features. So after a call is completed, it will automatically add the tags that you select and it pulls all of your tags from GHL into here. So it gets it really, really easy to tag them after the call comes in. You can also, if you want to, execute a workflow from GHL. Just pick the workflow here that you want to execute. As long as it's published, it'll pick them up and you'll be able to do that right there. All right. So when the call's finished, you don't even need to go through the extension and do that. Now, what about my contacts? How do I make sure that my contacts are kind of added in there? Well, there's one more toggle you need to do. Let me go into here and show you this. How are we doing for time, Bryce? You got to keep me
It's
honest.
133.
All right, I'll wrap up in 3 minutes. Here's your go high level. And if you've got questions afterwards, I can show things. There you can see a
Yeah.
Google Calendar. Go, oh shoot, I wasn't supposed to show this.
You
Bryce.
got some secret stuff in here?
Oh no, this is my staging environment. Okay, I guess the cat's out of the bag. Yes, folks, we are natively integrating with Jobber. Just in case you're wondering, is coming. It won't be in your instance, but there you can see I've been honest about it. It's coming. So go back to GHL. I didn't realize it, guys. I'm sorry. This is
I
the
do it all
staging.
the time.
That's all right. It's okay. It's all cool. You click on the sync settings and you just make sure this toggled on. It'll automatically create new contacts in GHL and it will add all the transcripts in GHL to them as well.
That's
Take a
the
look at what
important
that
part, guys.
Now take a look at what that looks like. This is a contact. You can see the notes, have all the notes of the calls. It has a link to the transcript. You can customize this too if you need to. And there you see it's also added directly into your history of all of the events that happen inside there. So this is really like doesn't get simpler, it doesn't get easier than that. You don't have to create any complex workflows. You have all that stuff. But if you do want to create workflows and you do want to have more granular control, well, we don't stop you from doing that either. We have premium actions and premium triggers. Here's a premium trigger that connects to that Thinkrr account and you can see here that I've got connected to that outbound caller that I have there. And it does all of that here, finds the contact. And then here's the magic piece. I can store that transcript from the call inside a custom field value inside a Go High level. And I can do that by just accessing I call it the grocery tag inside here. You click on here, you can see all the different kind of the payload that we come back, the call summary, the call sentiment, the outcome, the recording URL. In this case, I just wanted the transcript, so I stored that here. I can take that transcript, I can create special conditions, and this is just giving you some ideas. There's so much that you can do here. Um, you can do the meetings booked. I can then, spec customize what that looks like, and I can put it into a GPT powered action. I can reuse that transcript right here, and then I can send out an email with all of the action items that it suggested from using that GPT. And I could also have a different email that I send out if the call was just completed. One last thing that I wanted to show you guys. This is really, really cool. Some of you ask me, what does the web widget look like, right? Well, here's what the web widget looks like. It's an overlay or it can be embedded. And let me show you this really cool new feature that we just launched. So I'm going to talk to it.
Hey, thanks for calling Thinkrr.ai. How can I help you today?
I want you to tell me a joke. Tell me a joke. I like ending with some laughter.
Oh, sure. Here's one for you. Why don't skeletons fight each other? Because they don't have the guts. Hope that gave you a chuckle. Anything else I can help you with?
That's good. That's great. Thank you so much. So take a look at this. I end the call, and there's this little button that appears called Show Summary. If I click on that, take a look what it's doing. So I just had this call. It now shows me the agent shared a joke about the skeletons. Imagine you booked a meeting. Imagine there was critical information that you just asked the agent. You can now, this is not a gimmick. This is actually a very useful feature that you can use to then copy the contents of this into to remember it. So again, innovations, new things are coming. We're continuously kind of working on new stuff. So I didn't get into everything. There's a lot more here, especially on the outbound side. We have scenarios and pre-baked templates for you to use to make it super easy to use. But you got kind of taste of all this different stuff that we do. So
That's
now,
super helpful.
yeah, I hand it over to you, Bryce.
I think one of the important things to note is like your transcripts are saved to notes by default, right? Your
Yeah.
call summaries. And then having an automation that anytime a note is added from Thinkrr, saving that to a custom contact field, or utilizing the custom trigger that you had that triggers anytime there's a new transcript and saving that to a
Yeah.
contact custom field. I keep referencing the contact custom field because that's where Closebot pulls from. And remember, we also have to update Thinkrr. So, Mohan, you can reference GHL custom fields in your prompt,
100%.
right? Yeah.
100%. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So keep that in mind. You're going to have two contact fields. One of them is going to keep just a running kind of summary of calls that have happened. And the other one, and that's updated by Thinkrr, pulled into Closebot. And then the one Closebot updates, not the same one because you don't want them overriding each other.
Yeah.
The Closebot one updates a contact field for just general chat, whether it be on web chat or Facebook, Instagram, text message, doesn't matter. It'll be updating that. And that's what Thinkrr pulls in to its prompt. So either way, your phone agents know what's being texted and your text agents know what's being discussed over the phone. So let me show you that. We're going to do the awkward fumble again on screen share. So bear with me on that.
All right.
Okay, you guys should be able to see. Here, let me make it full screen for you. Okay, see Closebot? We got a yes. Cool. Yes, yes. So with Closebot, um, we have these things called job flows, and we have these things called personas. Think of the persona as the person that's doing your job. And then the jobs tell your person how to do that job. You can have one person doing multiple jobs, or you could have multiple people. You could test out one person doing a job and then test out another person doing the job to see which people do better at that job. I'm going to go into my agents, and we'll see that agents are a combination of these personas. Sorry, I'm going to save my eyes.
Okay. Oh, the dark mode. Nice.
I'll make it a little bigger for you guys. So these personas do our jobs. Let's get started with just a simple, we'll just add a job for you guys. We have native integrations with High Level and HubSpot. Lead Connector is the same thing as the High Level one. You can pick from any of our 66 templates out here to get you up and running. You can build using AI. You can import from someone else. We're just going to build from scratch, show you how easy this is. Now, we are a flow-built system. Voice AI and text AI operate a little bit differently. The best way to do text and get it to be highly production ready, we've found, is by using what we call objectives. We have all these different components you can drop to the screen that dynamically build the prompt on the back end. This makes it so it's highly repeatable, controlled, accurate. You can trust it, and so can your clients. On the voice side, it does have to be prompt-based. So some people were asking about objectives, if Thinkrr has objectives like Closebot. You can itemize things in your prompt, but it's not going to be a drag and drop builder like this. And that's okay. So with this, for example, if we just wanted to start, when the conversation starts, we just want to chat back and forth. This is all you need. All you need for that to work. If I come in here, in test, we can see it light up this conversation area. Once it's here, it's just chatting back and forth. Now, the important thing, remember, we need to pull in our context from these calls saved by Thinkrr. Within our settings, we come into the job information and we can reference any custom fields in high level here. So I'm going to say voice summary or summaries. And we would have a contact field for that. I don't have one made in this high level account. So let's just say, imagine this as contact.summaries, voice summaries. Then anytime this bot is interacting with a contact, it'll pull in the contents of that field and use them where necessary in the conversation. Why the conversation's happening, let's just say this person is engaging with our sales team. Save and close. Okay, now maybe you want a system that can sit there and answer questions, but if we detect the person is interested in a sales call, jump into booking an appointment. We have these things called custom scenarios, which is a listener for something to happen. If we detect this person seems interested in booking an appointment, then we want to book an appointment. And here, if I connected my high level account, I'll go to settings. Let me connect to a high level account. Let me make it so that this bot only replies if it has the tag, first tag for some reason. So this is tag driven. We're making it so that it's only going to reply to contacts with that tag. It'll do Q&A. And then if we detect that they're interested, it's going to drop down there and book an appointment with them conversationally. And it'll happen automatically on any channel, whether that's live chat, texting, WhatsApp, Facebook, doesn't matter. Anytime a message comes in, we reply on the same channel. When I connect a new high-level account, I just have to refresh the screen to pull in the calendars. There we go. Big boy Roy's personal calendar is a calendar we have in that account. So I guess when we detect this person's interested, I selected that calendar from the dropdown. It's going to come down here and book an appointment. And you can use up to 10 of these custom scenarios. So if you want to book on 10 different calendars, you can do this. If you want to detect if someone is angry and handle adding a tag to that person, if we detect they're angry, we can handle that. So these are all of your things that listen. They're always listening for things to happen to follow your custom path. This is really good for more complex lead qualification flows. You may have a roofer, for example, that wants to conversationally figure out the address of someone, their name, and then if they are within a certain distance of the business address, book a 60-minute consult time. If they're close by, though, you can book a 30-minute consult time. All that stuff can be handled with our built-in actions. Over here, we have tools, and this is the important part of connecting the two. One of the tools is chat summary. We can click to give our AI the ability to log an updated summary of what's being discussed in chat to a contact field. And then we pick the field that we want to keep updated. So that is what Thinkrr is going to use to keep itself updated on what's going on. Okay, so some key things that set this apart. Closebot can use tools and flows. So as it's following the general flow of how it's supposed to be guiding this sales process, it can simultaneously let you know if it doesn't know answers to a question. That's our smart FAQ. When that happens, you get a notification up here, or your business that you're building this for, they get a notification, and you can give it answers to things that it didn't know the answer to. That's how it keeps getting smarter over time. You can give it the ability to just decide to email a person. Let's say we are chatting back and forth, for example, and the person's like, hey, can you just email me a list of your services you offer and general pricing before our call? Closebot will do that. Even if it's texting them or on live chat, it'll prepare and fire off that email for you. That chat summary, chat transcript, saves the whole chat transcript instead of just the summary to a field. And then settings that you would expect to have, but that a lot don't have. The ability to set up your follow-up availability. You can set up follow-ups within the job flow, yes, but making sure they only actually get delivered within business hours. You might have a follow-up, for example, that's set up to fire 12 hours after no response from the person. Well, that 12 hours after no response might fall in the middle of the night for the person. So you can come in here and set up the availability windows, and then it would just kick that follow-up to the next available time. Same thing if you're in a state or country where you are only allowed to respond to people, even though they're messaging your business, you might only be able to respond to them during certain hours, or maybe you want to make it seem more human and not respond to a person if they're texting in the middle of the night. You can set up the reply availability here, and it'll wait until the time that you have set to respond to them. You can see all your chats here. You can see why your bot is saying what it's saying. Clicking will show you exactly what action in the flow caused it to say what it said. So, like Mohan was saying, now we are obsessive over text. Obsessed. And if you haven't been in Closebot before, this is probably a big eye opener to you of how much more is possible when you're working with someone who's obsessive over that thing. And that's why I'm so drawn to Mohan as well. The obsession is super important for us. So hopefully it makes more sense now too, how these two systems talk. You have your
Nope. Did Bryce just freeze? Is everybody here? Can you hear me? Oh, one, two, three. He's gone. Yeah.
all
Okay,
of it
good.
synced to your high level.
Bryce, we had you frozen for about 5 seconds. Just letting you know.
Did you miss the punchline?
I think we heard part of it, and then you just kind of like, so we heard, this is why, and then you kind of froze.
I think that's probably why the site hung up there too. I don't know what's wrong with my internet. But that's why it's so important to work with people that are obsessed with a thing.
Yes.
Because I don't know about you, Mohan, but I think about this stuff when I'm sleeping.
Oh yeah, it never turns off.
Okay, let me get the slides pulled up again. And we have tons of questions. So this will be a good time to go into those.
Okay, let's do it. So, how do you want to take them by, let's just have them write them down again in the chat, or do you want to go through them, have people come on the call?
Let's touch on, I guess, yeah,
Sure,
just
we can
touch on
talk.
this real quick. I'll pull open
Sure.
the questions too.
Sure. So today, as part of, being here with you guys, we really wanted to make it easy for anybody who wanted to try Thinkrr out and use it in combination. If you're already using Thinkrr, then hopefully today you got a lot of value out of some of the insights of how you can use and bridge it with Closebot. And that was really the intention, to give you that opportunity to see how to use these two tools symbiotically. If you're new to Thinkrr and you're looking to try it out and want to have an opportunity to do that, I want to share just, we're giving you our top tier, monthly account here, which is where you get unlimited sub accounts. You can create as many of those inbound agents as you want, go to town, unlimited, unrestricted, outbound campaigns, unlimited web widgets. This includes 600 stacking minutes monthly. Above that, you can pay as you go. They start as low as 9 cents a minute. We have one phone number for each sub account, as I showed. So if you have 100 sub accounts, each sub account gets a phone number. Yes, you can add more phone numbers. Yes, you can bring your own phone numbers from Twilio. All that's possible. We saw the voice AI copilot that's included in all of our accounts, and there's a whole bunch more that I didn't talk about here. That's also part of that unlimited package. I just wanted to, kind of make sure, since we're talking to an agency audience here, some of the GHL features that you get with this, as well as the ability to automatically create and sync GHL contacts, auto generate those call summaries and notes, apply the tags on the call outcomes, trigger workflows the moment the call ends. Again, keeping GHL as your system of record. And of course, my favorite is the flexibility you get with having um, actions and triggers built natively inside of GHL that gives you unlimited like combinations of what you can do. And I showed you one very simple workflow, but you could see how quickly the power of it can escalate. So this whole thing today, I'm making it for you to try it out for $97 today. We'll give you the code to do that. And that's a $400 saving for your first month. So anybody who wants to give it a go and try it out, we would be very happy to have you. In the resources, we'll share all the details. I'll let Bryce kind of talk about what he's doing as part of this promotion as well here.
Yeah, similarly, unlimited sub accounts. This is all rebillable. We have a charge of 1.2 cents per message max. That is rebillable. So this is also going to be cheaper at scale, guys. Oftentimes, as you use these very specific tools, not only is it better, but it's cheaper as you scale. And so we do that too. And the white label client portal where your clients can log in and change some minor things. You remain in control of the whole ecosystem. Same thing, sync seamlessly with GHL, auto-generating those summaries, appointment scheduling, rescheduling, canceling, triggering workflows, keeping GHL as a system of record, one-click install with no workflow reliability. And same thing, $97 today. You get $300 off your first month. So you could come out of here rocking. If you're already using Thinkrr, you're already paying for Thinkrr, use this code in Closebot to get Closebot for the $97 for your first month. If you're not using either, use the same code for both of them. It'll get you that discount on both different systems, with that discount code being better together. So better together is the discount code. I don't know about for you, but I have it set for us to expire the beginning of this next week. So this code for us
It's
will
so funny.
expire.
We didn't even talk about that, but it's the same thing.
Sweet. We are in
We're in
sync here.
sync. So
Yes.
yeah, better together. I agree 100%. There's a link for ours to use this. So we'll share that with you
Yeah.
momentarily.
Do you guys see the resources tab? I thought I added resources in here. I cannot find them. See if you see a resources area. Yes. Okay, good. So I can't see them, but that's okay. You guys can. That's what really matters. In the resources, you're going to find two things. One of them is a link to Thinkrr, where you can drop in, get your an account. The other one is a link to Closebot, where again, you can drop in and get your Closebot account.
You want to drop in your close bot just in case into the chat. I just did that for the Thinker one, so people had it
I don't have it
readily. All right. Well, you can grab me while
on
people
hand.
asking questions. Yeah.
Let me go grab it. Yeah, and do you have the Q&A open? Let me fire off the first one that's been in there.
Okay.
Thoughts on VAPI and retail in a point wise, like just general thoughts on where you're
Yeah,
positioning it.
different audiences, different tools. I mean, the audience for VAPI and for retail, we have full knowledge of these products. They really are great for, a technical audience. It's not our focus. It's not the people that we're working on. If you're a developer, you need to build custom solutions. These are powerful tools that require lots and lots of training and take time to master. That's not the audience that we're working with, or that, if that's what you need to do, then those tools might be great. But if you're looking for something that you could focus on growing your agency, growing your business, or you're a business user and you need a solution that just works for you at ease. I mean, again, going back to that, what was it, 5 seconds? I'm gonna just keep on honing in on that. How quickly you could experience and get that dopamine effect of having a voice agent that understands and works for your business. That's what we're talking about.
Then we have someone asking about calendar integrations. So
Mhm.
people that are using other calendars that are not Google or high level.
Yeah, so there's only a few others left when you get to that. I guess you're talking about Microsoft Outlook native integration. Right now, you'd have to do that
I think
through the
it's probably like
GHL.
specialty calendars, which sync with Google.
Well, and again, there's a number of different ways that you can do this. You can do this through our Make integration and creating a Make node. We've done a lot of that, for example, with HubSpot, where you don't get access to the calendars natively. We've done that. You also can see that we are integrating in systems that have the notion of a service calendar like Jobber. So those are the ways that you can experience that and be able to do that. I can't believe I showed that on the call here. So I'm gonna kind of kick myself for not double checking that.
Then we have different voices, UK voices, Australian
Oh
voices.
yeah. 105 voices I counted today that we have on there. We have 15 different languages that we support. And these voices are kind of they when you pick a voice, a language, we show you the best voices for that accent, right? So that it really performs well. Again, hyper focused on getting super great call qualities that work natively. The best part is that you don't need to write the agents or create the agents in that language. You can create it in English and it will still work like magic in any language that you pick. So you can take the same agent and have it available in English, in German, in French, Spanish, which is a big, big language that a lot of people want. So yeah,
How much is the white label add-on for Thinkrr? Is it extra?
it is extra. It's $99 extra. And you can add it to any plan that we have. So white label is something that we help you, and we set you up on that too. So we provide you with the full setup on that. So you don't have to worry about it. That includes domain name, that includes payments, includes look and feel, branding, colors, all that.
Then we have a couple questions about people who already have numbers in high level. Do they use those same phone numbers? Is it different phone numbers? How does that work?
If you're using Twilio, no problem. We can easily incorporate those into our system. If you're not, we can help set you up with a call system that imports your call so you can call from outbound with that number, and then inbound, you just do a call forwarding that's native in GHL. So we have a solution for that as well. And of
And then
course, if you wanted, yeah, go ahead.
I dropped a link too as well. Some people are asking about the Closebot link. For some reason, I can't message everyone, just the panelists. So Mohan, I dropped you a link. Can you share that with everyone?
I see it. I see it.
Cool.
That's weird that you can't do that. So
I
let
don't
me
know
just
what I
share.
did,
Okay, let me
but
put that in here for everybody. There you go.
so then yes, Closebot and Thinkrr can use the same number.
Perfect.
Okay. How long till they see Jobber on Thinkrr?
The market, you see it's done, guys. You saw I showed it to you on the staging environment. We're literally just waiting for the marketplace approval from Jobber. It could be any day now. I can't tell you. It's up to them.
Um, Still, we have 20 questions.
Oh God, let's keep going. I'm
Real
good to
quick,
stay
someone
around.
asked about, I'm going to dismiss that one. Let's see. Can Thinkrr read knowledge base from a live database for online booking? For example, cars or e-commerce that are always changing.
We have today connectivity, so you can connect to we call it a spreadsheet that you can constantly upload. But if you're looking at like an e-commerce site, not today. It is on the roadmap, probably a Q2 item. We are adding some very interesting features to our knowledge base, our what we call knowledge packs, which is the ability to add, of course, PDFs, documents, all that's already there today. With websites in particular, we're adding an auto refresh. So you can have every 24 hours have an auto refresh. You can also go and manually refresh if you want to, and also crawl that site and set, you know, which pages you want to actually include in your crawl. So you have like a lot of granularity and a lot of control. We believe that their knowledge pack is all about increasing connectivity to different systems. So that's why I said that's definitely on our roadmap for Q2. One of the most popular features is Google Sheets integration, being able to keep inventory up to date there and do that. We already have a working solution, it's just not production ready, so it's imminent.
Yeah, and we're similar sort of boat. We do have the 24-hour refresh on websites, but adding more in there is super important. Google Drive integration for that continued updating has been hugely requested and something that we're going into as well. And those are the kind of things that like you guys should be working with Thinkrr and with Closebot because
But I
we
want
those are the things we implement.
Yeah, I want to make a note. This offer is great for everybody, but it isn't intended if you're already an existing Thinker client, guys. I see a few of you trying to. It's only for the first month, and it's meant for really for people to give this an opportunity and see if this is a good fit for you. So we've done an exclusive offer. Both of us have, heavily discounted this to the point to let people try. If you're an existing Thinker client or existing Closebot client, we're really hoping that the benefit you get from this is really you see how to use both systems and that you learn that you can do something amazing with your business that these two tools enable for you.
Yeah,
And yes, we will send the replay out. I see that coming up too. You've got a good eye on all the questions. I can't see them all. I've seen only the latest ones.
it's okay. Yeah, I have them. Um, does it work for after hours dispatching? I would think that is the perfect use case for this, right?
Yes, it does. Yeah, you just set, workflows up and you set up the time they should call out. And you can do that through a couple of different ways inside of Thinker itself and set up the call scheduling when you want it to call out. Or you can do that inside of an automation, whether that's inside of GHL or inside of N8N, Make.com, all that is possible.
And we have a couple more questions about just how how is this better than GHL?
So,
Do you want to hammer that home more?
I mean, I'll let you because I've been answering a lot of these questions. Why don't you start and then I'll add on to it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously one of the top questions we get. And I haven't gone into features. I've just said, we are innovating. But if you want features, like we have a whole list of features that you get with Closebot and you don't with High Level or HubSpot. Smart FAQ is the ability for the AI to notify you when it doesn't know the answer to the question. But then when you fill in the answer, it can reach back out to that person and let them know what the answer was to their question. Obviously, that's not as appropriate over voice, highly appropriate on text. That's the sort of stuff you get from us. The
Yeah.
ability to just decide to send an email because a customer asked for it, even though the conversation's happening over text. The testing portal that highlights what your bot is working on. Dedicated support for AI. This is all we do. We have a 24/7 support team, and they don't support thousands of features. They support conversational AI. Third-party integrations, updating all contact field types. There are some types of contact fields high level still can't do. High level can't respond to email yet. We've been able to respond to email for 2.5 years. Sending and receiving images, split testing those personas to know which voice style works best for your job without doing a big, massive edit on your whole job and messing other stuff up. I could go on and on, guys.
These are such cool features, by the way. I don't know if people understand the power of what you're just saying here, but like split testing and being able to do that is like phenomenal.
It's
Just
huge, and it could be the difference between an 80% success rate and a 90% success rate, which for some people could be $1,000 a month. For others, it could be hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue.
yes.
To get
I
from the 80% pretty cool demo, messes
yeah.
up sometimes, to highly production ready, totally different and tons of money being left
No,
on
I
the
love
table.
that. That's such a great feature. Just on the voice side, I will say there's so many features again. We don't have a nice list like this, but as we're learning from each other, I'll probably create one just like this.
Me too.
But I will say, the one thing that's really good about our system is the unrestricted outbound calling. It just becomes such an instantaneous, ease of use that you can do. And again, just to toggle on to every new call that comes in is auto created as a contact. All the notes are synced. It's like you don't have to think about this. You just turn the system on, it's turnkey and it's working.
And it's
That's how
rebillable.
it's rebillable, 100% white label, the full works, right? So I think, and we allow you to even set your own margins on the minutes if you wanted to upcharge certain clients. So as you work in different niches and you have better ROI, you have that ability as well. So it's truly, built for the agency experience. And I go back to it's we're so hyper focused on outcomes, improving your outcome on the call, making if that's getting a meeting booked, that's great. If it's getting the call transferred into the right person, if it's making sure that the right actions carried out. We have so many businesses that have such unique requirements, and our platform is both extremely versatile but extremely simple to figure out and to be able to do that.
Yeah, and I think that feels good.
Okay, all
I
right, we
feel
can
like we
go and
got
hammer
it.
this
I feel
overboard
like
more.
we got it. You and I, yeah, we
Yeah,
got
yeah,
that down now.
yeah.
Um, we have 12 I don't know how we're knocking out questions and they just keep coming.
Okay.
Um, hold on. Let's see. People asking for any chance you can build one login for both platforms, meaning the two of us.
We'll talk about that.
I'll just dismiss some of these questions.
Yeah,
Someone
there
said,
you
did
go.
we actually hear a call? Yeah, there was a call. That yeah, we demoed the voice, but what's the best way for people to demo this? I would say probably go make your Thinkrr account, right?
Yeah, I mean, again, to go through the experience, you can go on the Thinker website just to see our web widget and talk to it there to get a feeling of the conversation and how it works. It's phenomenal. We also have, oh, I didn't talk about this. We launched this week, we did so many different launches that I kind of lost sight of it. We launched our customer service agent that you can put on your own phone number or website. And if you want to experience what that looks like, go and try out our customer service agent, which is on the Thinker support page. And then, yeah, honestly, if you want more versatility, you want to create it for your own self, go and just get the account, and you can see within like, what was it, 10 seconds, you'll have the ability to create the agent, another 10 seconds to add a phone number, and within the minute you're having it shared and people are calling in. That's the vision. That's what we've done.
And then someone asked about in Closebot specifically, they have a bunch of different sub accounts. And how does that work? If you are in the same niche, you can plug unlimited sub accounts into the same job flow, which is pretty cool. So let's say you have a specific flow for lead qualification for roofers. They can all plug into that and utilize different variables to be able to work for all your different sub accounts. Obviously, then changes to that one flow reflect across all of your sub accounts. Makes it way easier.
The one thing that I will add, that we've done on the Thinker side to make it very easy to rinse and repeat is you can create those, first of all, every sub account can auto connect to any sub account that you have inside of GHL. The other thing is if you have a snapshot and you have workflows that are, using the Thinker actions or triggers, those are easily rinse and repeat, and you have them in every one of your agencies. Sorry, one of your clients.
Just continuing to go through here. Not a current user of voice. How does billing clients work? So I think something you could touch on is like, do they put in their card information? What if you already have their card information? If they stop paying, what happens? Can you go into some of that?
Yeah, I didn't get into the account management much because we didn't have the
That's a whole
time, but
thing.
that's a whole thing. I can probably talk for an hour. I have spoken for an hour on that alone. But in its explicit format, yes, clients put in their own credit card into the account that you make for them. So they can do pay as you go on top of that. And then you also have the ability to manage and set up a subscription tier for them. Of course, you putting in your own credit card for that in your account, but then you can have that on reoccurring. So every month, you can set up whatever you want to set up, whatever your business strategy is, and however you want to price this. And we have lots and lots of conversations around pricing and how to go to market. We do those calls on a regular basis every Thursday in the community that we've built.
What about different languages?
15 different languages, looking to add more. I think, which language do you want?
Have you tested it switching languages midway in a conversation? Like if someone says,
Oh, yes, we have a bilingual agent, which is the French and sorry, the Spanish and English, and we are testing out and launching, I would say, early Q2, the ability to have multilingual agents. So I speak three languages. I speak Hindi, English, and German. No French. I replaced my French with my German. So the brain can only take in one more additional language. And you can switch mid-sentence in between and talk in that native language, and it will respond back. Je parle français, un peu.
we have someone asking about dynamically changing calendar ID in Thinkrr with a variable.
I'm not sure I follow that.
So instead of putting a calendar in the drop down, putting a calendar ID, like you have your creating an appointment,
That's a
putting
great
in the
idea. So
description.
no, we don't do that today, but that's totally doable. Again, one of the things I'm always listening for is great idea. So that's totally doable. What we do allow you to do from a dynamic point of view is to add as many, up to 10 different calendars like we showed, and have it dynamically figure out which is the right calendar to book onto based on your kind of slight, your not one call it prompt, but just your guidance on how it should use which calendar for booking. Book this one for the service calls, book this one for um, sales, book this one for, whatever the variable might be entered in.
If we don't have a specific voice opt-in, can we use it in reactivation still? Maybe we can
Mhm.
get some clarification on that question. That is the last question, though.
Oh.
And I feel like we did pretty dang good on rapid firing through those questions. I feel like we did a
Good.
really good job explaining the setup, how they talk. We didn't
Yeah.
show exactly how to set it up, but for anyone who's really familiar with GHL, you'll understand what we mean by saving transcripts
Yeah.
to a field, reference. If you're confused on that, though, we do have a recording of this that's going to be going live. I'm also
Correct.
going to write a blog that explains exactly what that is. So I'm going to explain some of the exact how-to in that in a blog that should be released. Hopefully
Cool. When you do that, we'll share that with our audience as
for
well. That'd be
early this
great. Yeah.
yeah, hopefully before the end of this week, maybe early next week, but we'll get it out there. I'll get it to you as well.
The other set of resources that we have available, we have a great community. So if you get into the community, it's free to join. There's lots of videos and trainings that we've done on all of these things. All of our live webinars are also recorded. We field questions both on strategy and pricing, like I said, but also on the technical side of things. And then we have daily office hours. So if people get stuck and they need to quickly ask questions, they can get in there and get some support right away. The other thing that, again, I bring it up because it's just such a great product is the service, customer service agent. Since we put this on our website and launched a new version of this, and the one that you can now use and deploy for your own business, we saw a 50% reduction in the number of questions that we were getting sent as tickets to our system. And I'll let the cat out of the bag again since I did the jobber thing. This system today is not connected to any ticketing system. It will imminently be connected to Freshdesk and Zendesk. So you'll be able to also use those support tiers and integrate them into your voice agent.
This is the stuff, guys. This is it. Okay, hopefully you guys had as much fun as we did. If people want to stay connected to you on a personal level, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
The best way to get in touch with me is through email. I go through all my email every evening at mohan at thinkrr.ai. So THINKRR.ai in case you missed that. That's the best way. I'm also, if you want to like have the live conversations, almost every week I'm on the Thursday webinar. Either myself or one of my other co-founders are on there, but I would say 80 to 90% of the time you'll find me there and I'll be happy to field any questions that you have.
For us too, we have a great community. It's within our app. If you go into Closebot in the sidebar, the hub, click community, that's where we have our official community, where we have 5 or 6 live calls like this every single week. We have our awesome community of users. We have great videos as well. If you want to stay in touch with me personally, I would say follow me on Facebook. That's where I've been doing a lot of my thought leadership stuff.
Mm.
Some on LinkedIn as well. I post more, I'd say, technical stuff on LinkedIn if you want to stay in touch there.
Yeah, I have been convinced that I have to live more on Facebook. I have to admit, I have not been as like I've seen you, Bryce, the last weeks and how it has inspired me to take a lot more. So, yeah, if you try me on Facebook, I would say there's a 50-50 chance I'll get back to you as I've been learning from some of the better people here. So it's great.
Don't send me any voice notes though.
You can send me voice notes, guys. I'm okay with that. I love voice notes.
Okay, guys, with that, thank you so much for staying on. Thank you, Mohan, for joining me. Great meeting
Absolutely
the Thinkrr community, and hopefully we'll see more of all of you together.
exciting. Thanks, guys.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.